Alright, BobalosRex here. And today, I want to talk about why I want class order halls back. Alright? I am honestly, I got so much hopium for class halls to return at some point. Um, but it could just be a pipe dream. You know, is it going to take a lot of work, especially with some of the stuff I'm asking for? Probably. You know, but this is what I want, why I want them back. You know, if you don't want them back, that's fine. If you don't want some of the stuff I'm going to talk about, that's fine. But this is about what I want. So let's get to it. Why do I want class order halls back? So let's get the first one. The first one may be a bit controversial. My first one here, I actually really liked Legion's mission table. Maybe not so much the when you had to equip everybody, level everybody up. Maybe some of that could be trimmed down, but I actually really liked how Legion was set up. Troops were simple, class base. You had champions, and they even integrate. I think the cap was silly. You should just be able to have as many as they want to give you, because they're characters. Like, look at these characters. Tomorrow I'm going to do a video more talking about it, but I really like just mission tables, and then that leads into one of the second systems I wanted to talk about, bodyguards. I would like to see the bodyguard system be our Delve companion, right? So some people will say, oh, I want this guy, oh, I want this guy, oh, I want Rexar, oh, I want her. Well, if you have followers for your class order hall, I could have anyone who has bodyguards active, right? So I could have Vanessa, I could have Jorah, I could have Lillian, I could have Garona. So I would have multiple options, and then they could be leveled up through here or through delves, and it'd be themed on your class. I think using the bodyguard system from Legion, if you don't take the order hall stuff, would be a good way to have delve companions, in my opinion. And they could always add more in future expansions. Oh, you can barely see it here. But yeah, I thought this was a great way to do it, right? Imagine if on the new mission table, maybe hopefully the best version. I know not everyone's going to like it, but maybe it's its own UI. Maybe it's the class order hall UI. You select your bodyguard. You can unassign. You can assign your new one. You can pick who you want in your delves. Have a tankier one. Have a healier one. Have a DPS one. Have like a specialist kind of one. So you can mix it up. I think that'd be cool. And then of course, I'm going to have Vanessa. I mean, come on. I think the bodyguard system, delves, and the mission table system from Legion would work well, personally, and that's why two of the reasons why I want class halls back. Next up, class story. Okay, look at all the characters in here, right? Think about the class campaigns. I'm gonna get more into the lore, because if we did get the return of class halls, it'd have to be evergreen. I would want it to be evergreen so it could last through expansions. But it'd be a great way to put in new class stuffs. And maybe having an expansion long class campaign that whenever in the next expansion they can add a couple more class stuff here and there. I'm imagining even the class campaigns, since they do have lore walking now, the class campaigns that become relevant can be shown to other players, right? So one of the big problems they even mentioned is it's so many different stories, not everyone's going to see it. But if you can say the rogues did something that hints at the point 2 or the point or the 0.5 or the 0.7 or something smaller, right? Then you can have a lore walk-in that says, hey, the rogues kind of did this thing. It may be relevant, right? And you can play through it as another class. And I think it'd be really cool to have these quest lines integrated with the classes that can hint at future stuff. Some will play into current stuff, some will be set up for later stuff, and you'll have some players be like, yo, I just did the warrior thing, we're totally gonna go to X next. And people will be like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, dude, this character came in and they were like, well, yo, this thing crazy going on over here. We may have to do something about it. I think that'd be really cool. And of course, look at all the lore characters we got here. We got Marin. Look over here. This brought back some memory. Look who we got. Look who we got, man. He's still here. He's still here. He's not gone. But of course, I am in one of the order halls that would probably have to get updated. You know, so there are problems here. But I really thought... one of the reasons why I really want order halls back is all the lore stuff you could do, all the characters that are involved, and all that. And you don't have to do it with an artifact weapon. In tomorrow's video, I'm going to talk about where we can have the artifact weapons in play and we give it back to some characters too, because I know some people have been talking about that. And I think if this comes back as an evergreen feature, we won't really need artifacts, but it'd be more about we're like the top dog, and we can give back some of the artifact weapons to help some other lore characters keep up with us. But also, look at this. They added a Tauren in the Rogue One. He's always been here. And then the next feature I wanted to talk about, one of the things I really liked, well, here, we got the Quartermaster here. This was great. Have your own class vendor where you can add class toys, class spells, glyphs. They did a lot of stuff with that I thought was really good. Unlockables. We had pets. The class mounts. I thought a lot of the collectibles were great. And then where's the person? It's not over here. There's the class upgrade. Right, you got these guys. Oh, it's over there. Winston the Wolf. I was just at him. But yeah, the class... well, here's the other thing. Features, right? So in the Rogue Order Hall, right? I can come over here and talk to Tao Shi. I can do the Isle of Thunder treasure. Right? It was removed for everybody else. Now rogues can do it again. How sweet is that? And they can make mad money. Right? I still have a ton of keys. I can run this right now. And... you can use this to head over to the Isle of Thunder, by the way. This is a rogue shortcut to the Isle of Thunder. Stuff like that. Like, druids had their portal rooms. Mages had their portal rooms. I really like that stuff. We have a lore book. Imagine a class lore book versus an artifact lore book. And then this. This was one of the other features I really liked. So you have this level of customization, like, do you want to buff your mission table? Do you want to buff this? Maybe we can extend this, make better versions of this. I think they have done since. Look at how look at Sanctum Hall, like the Sanctums, the Order, not the Covenant Sanctums, right? Imagine that combined with the Legion system, what worked with one, what worked with the other, and combined it. This would be what you would upgrade the different buildings in your order hall. I think they could combine the two systems and make something even better, honestly, now that I think about it. And then, of course, everyone knows the really good, cool feature here was where you could complete a world quest, right? If we ever get to the point where we have world quests across Azeroth, having an order hall that could blast world quests again is just so nice. You know, is it problematic a little bit? Yes. But what's wrong? Well, that will lead into the next reason why, right? We're heading into midnight, right? Where we're going to be getting houses and neighborhoods. So we're gonna be at this position, right, where players are sitting here. Here's one of the cool, hold up. Amazing rogue feature. Rift is here. You pickpocket stuff. You have your own pickpocket vendor. Literally, great way to give classes a unique little fun mini games. Even Shaman's had a mini game. I just think all the little goodies in the class hall were great. Now, for the final thing to pull this all together, right? So we're getting neighborhoods, and then we have to think about what players are going to be doing, right? So you have players doing the big three: PvP, Raid, M+, now Delves, big four, Delve/World events. You got people wanting to collect. But let's think about the hubs that they go to, right? So you got the neighborhood where people are going to be hanging out when they're chilling, when they just want to be in their house, you know, or in a community area, right? Then people go to the city to get big things done. Auction houses, mainly there, other than a few things. But that would be where other big major things, portal hubs, all that good stuff. Do class halls really fit into this? I think they could. I could see class halls as maybe a hub for a new weekly, your class weekly, right? I could see it as a daily spot you hit up your mission table when you're feeling like it. Maybe there's a portable version of the mission table. You know, you can go there if you want to switch up your bodyguard. Go there if you want to do some special activity. It'd be the thing you can hit up daily, but you don't have to, right? It would have a weekly, and it'd have other little goodies. The neighborhood, I'm not sure how endeavors are going to be, but that's something you're probably going to be wanting to look about weekly or something, maybe monthly. I'm not sure. Are people going to be grinding endeavors daily? You know, we do have to think about the, like, how much time people are going to be spending in places. But I think a class hall could fit in there. With it having the unique features, maybe people want to do their class campaign, right? And you have those cool storylines people can do. You know, you have the fun little features, all the collectibles, you know, a mission table or not, you know. I do think the bodyguard system for Legion for Delves would be good. But yeah, I do think they can fit in. Some people will disagree, but I would love to see order halls brought back for all those reasons. You know, mission table I liked. The class story, I think everyone liked. The lore, the class campaigns, all that. Imagine class campaign 2. Tomorrow I am going to be imagining a class campaign 2 where I actually go through all the order halls and talk about what I would like to see, because I'm in an order hall that would have to change. And remember, I did say this is a big feature. I want it, but I know it's a lot of work. So don't be like, oh, well, to do it, they'd have to do... I know it would take a lot of work, but it's what I want. Especially have to add one for evokers. I really like how we got special things to do in our class order hall, like the features. And then, of course, the bodyguard system. Alright? And then I even had on here, like, maybe they could attach a neighborhood to class, like a class neighborhood, but I don't know. You know, that would be, like I said, if I want it to fit in to where people go, major city for these things, neighborhoods for these things, class halls for these things, you know. But yeah, that's why I want them back. Maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't, but I can't wait for Legion Remix. I hope they give us all the goodies in the class hall too. We'll get everybody back in the class halls, getting to see that stuff hopefully. Anyways, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.